Hello everybody, this is Astrid Emberwolf, and today I am going to be riding my horse Alfie, and I'm going to take him through a couple barrel race setups that we have. I thought this would be interesting since it's going to get out all of his extra energy that he has a lot of, and I thought it would be fun to do as a rider. Now, keep in mind, I am not an experienced barrel racer, I just do this from time to time with my horse. So do not expect it to be perfect form or anything like that. Now, if you didn't already know, Alfie or Alpine's Prince is our 8-year-old gelding quarter horse. We ride him in a lot of Western disciplines, so we thought this would be fun to do, since he does enjoy barrel racing in variation. So we thought it would be a nice treat for him every once in a while. Without further ado, let's get on with the video. So I went out to the pastures, and luckily for me, Alfie is very easy to catch. He's very friendly and usually comes straight up to you when you walk into the pasture. So I just said a quick hello, slipped on his halter, and then got him ready to lead in so we could tack him up and groom him. Now he is a little bit dirty because we did not put on a blanket as we did not know we were going to do this today, but I just had some free time and I did see Alfie was getting a bit agitated with not having an outlet to put all of his energy into. So I thought this would be fun for him and just get him excited and riled up and ready to go. He was a very good boy, and he just sat there while I went to get my grooming supplies, as I wasn't planning on grooming him here, but the indoor stalls are all taken at the moment. So I did give him a long brush and picked out his hooves multiple times to make sure I got all of the dirt off, and then I started to tack him up with his usual Western gear. I got this from Fir Grove, actually. I got it fitted by Felicity from the stables. She was such a help with that. And then I just put on my own helmet because whenever I'm doing something high risk, I would always wear a body protector and a helmet. And I just quickly walked him into the stables, not stables, arena, and did a very basic walk, chalk, canter warm up. With barrel racing, you always want to make sure that your horse's muscles are properly warmed up and just ready to go, because you really can build up the lactic acid from the running that your horse will be doing. It's a very kind of high level sport, I guess you could say, or very high energy. And you just need to make sure that you really warm up your horse beforehand to make sure that they're not going to pull anything or end up sore the next day. It's much easier to just warm them up properly than to have to deal with their muscle pain the next day. So here you just see me walking him on, he was a bit difficult because he kept wanting to speed up ahead, because I think he knew what we were doing as he saw the barrels outside. And he was so excited and just wanted to get going, but I had to hold him back quite a bit through this whole duration. The thing with Alfie is that he is very sensitive and he's very aware of what's happening, so when you're holding him back, you have to be gentle, as he is very reactive to any signals or signs you give him. So he's a bit hard to keep and hold him back. But once you get him keeping that pace, he really kind of gets what you want, and he says, and he gives up, and he just goes with what you're asking him to do. But today he was very high energy, which is something I do want to note, as we did end up missing a couple of the barrels because he was locking on to the wrong ones and kept trying to do everything at once. Here I just started trotting him a little bit because he was really ready to go, and he started getting really bored in the walk and agitated. So in the end, I did let him trot on, and I just ended up making sure he was listening to me well by doing a couple circles, since he started getting rowdy again and wanted to go. So every time he started not listening, I just did a small circle, which would kind of force him to listen a bit more so I could keep him more under control. In the end, we got past that phase and we ended up cantering a little, he was so excited to go for the canter. He just had so much energy built up, which is something I was kind of expecting, but not to the full extent of what he was dealing with. But he was listening quite well to my commands on canter. He did at one point speed up a little bit. I'm not sure if I got that on the recording, but I didn't really give him a specific line to canter in because I thought that would be too you're listening to what you've remembered and not me. So I kind of just gave him different directions as we went. He did end up trying to speed up here, so I cantered him in very small circles to try and calm him down and get him back under control. If you don't know, with Alfie, I use bitless bridles because I do not want to irritate him, as he is very, very sensitive. I usually don't have issues with it at all. He is very good, but he can get ahead of himself. Like here, he sped up quite a bit, and in the end, I thought it would be better to let him have his energy out instead of actually just trying to pull him back constantly, which I thought might be a better idea as well, since we were warming up and he was about to go full force at the barrels. So I did end up keeping this pace, and when he tried to slow down, I asked him to speed up a little bit more so we could keep a consistent pace at least, and I started cantering him on smaller circles, as he did try to kind of get a bit more speed under him. At this point, he was listening and working with me pretty well, so I thought it would be okay to stop working him about this time, because every time I'm doing something that requires a lot of attention from your horse, you always want to make sure they're listening to you before you do it, otherwise they're going to end up doing what they want to do. So here I just stood him still for a few minutes to make sure that he was listening to me and not going where he wanted, but understanding that if we were going to do the barrel racing, that I wanted him to be 100% listening to me and not what he's doing, as I did not want to have any accidents, and it's safer for you and the horse. Here are the clips that I actually did with barrel racing. He did not go as close to the barrel as I would wanted. I did not get a lot of clips, as it is very difficult to film yourself racing barrels. Here he did kind of miss the first one a little bit, and he went too wide. This one, I'm pretty sure he locked onto the wrong barrel, and I ended up turning him last minute because he wanted to go to the wrong one. And here we did this one pretty nicely, actually. But in the end, I'm not doing this for, look at me, I can barrel race. I slowed this clip down just so you could see what me and Alfie were mostly working on, as my main goal here was to just get out all of his extra energy, and it didn't matter to me if he was sloppy or if he missed the turn or if he got it too wide. It really didn't matter. Here was a view I got with my GoPro. I did not film a lot of these since they were very difficult to do, and here he bounced me out of the saddle a little bit and I fell backwards, but that's alright because I ended up getting back up and going for the next barrel. This is the last clip I got, and I just really want to stress that I'm not professional. I'm just trying to get my horse and give him something fun to do. That's why all of these look so sloppy and badly made. But after we finished the barrel course, he was much more relaxed and calm with me. I guess he didn't have the energy. So I just untacked him. He was really well behaved. He stood there. He didn't do the best on the barrels. I wasn't expecting him to, because again, this wasn't some look at me, I'm professional barrel racer. This was just I wanted to work my horse and give him some fun things to do, as he hasn't had a lot of work or outlets recently. So I thought this would be a nice treat for him, and he did end up really looking like he enjoyed it. He did get very competitive towards the end, as he saw other riders entering the arena, but they did kindly wait at the sideline. So that was us completing the course. He did pretty well. I don't expect him to be professional about it, but I'm very proud of him at the end of the day. He did listen. So thank you all for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the upcoming series I'm thinking of doing, which is called The Next Step. It's basically where the stable buys old rescue horses or horses that are unwanted or with medical or any of those issues, and we try and retrain them to have a proper life and maybe be sold on later on. So we thought this series could be a good way of bringing more trainee horses into our stables, or project ponies, or whatever you want to call them, and it would be a way of selling them afterwards off to a normal life or an eventer or someone who just wants a horse. And we thought this would be a great way to save all of those ponies who don't have homes and just give them a better chance at being chosen and being brought home. So this was definitely something we thought of making, like race horses, rescue horses, all of those horses that have been confiscated from bad backgrounds. This is the whole thing we're trying to work with. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it, and I really hope to see you all in the next episode. I'll see you all later. Bye!